As we all know, the road to WrestleMania has no breaks. But if you want to main event the granddaddy of them all, first you have to make a pit stop against 30 other men and women at the Royal Rumble. We've already gone over the winners who fell a little flat. Now let's look and see who grabbed the brass ring and became legends of this historic match. This is Extreme League Wrestling, and here are our top 10 best Royal Rumble winners. Honorable mention, Sheamus. Looking back at Sheamus' match, yes, we would have preferred Chris Jericho to come back and win the whole thing. But the Celtic Warrior was honestly a really good choice to win this year, and his WrestleMania match with Daniel Bryan did not disappoint. Yes, the match was sadly only 18 seconds, but it lit the fire for the Yes Movement, and we all know how I feel about the Yes Movement. Number 10, Batista, 2005. Funny enough, Big D Dave Batista has the distinguished honor of not only making it on our worst list, but also our best list. While his 2014 win left much to be desired, 05 was the time to pull the trigger on the animal. I mean, come on, we have the infamous thumbs down gif. How can you hate that? His match with Triple H at Mania delivered, and also, how can we not talk about the double winner spot from 05? Unlike 1994, this was not planned at all, but as these events unfolded, this has become one of my favorite moments in WWE history. The Raw referee raises Batista's hand, the SmackDown referee raises John Cena's hand, and of course, Angry Vince is my favorite version of Vince. And also, how could we forget about Vince McMahon's quads? Nobied himself out of WWE 20 years before his ill-fated retirement. Beautiful storytelling, even if it was on the fly, beautiful WrestleMania moments, beautiful moments leading up to Mania, chef's kiss for Big Dave. Number 9, Seth Rollins, 2019. Seth Rollins in 2019 had already become WWE champion, but we hadn't really been able to see a good Seth Rollins face run, and boy was this the start of it. A few years removed after pulling off the heist of the century and vanquishing his former mentor in Triple H, this Royal Rumble match gave Seth Rollins the big babyface pop he had well deserved at this point, and the question loomed over everyone: would Seth Rollins be able to beat Brock Lesnar one-on-one, no Money in the Bank briefcase, no Roman to pin, just him and the Beast incarnate? And it turned out extremely well. Imagine what happens when Brock Lesnar's in a WrestleMania match he actually gives a shit about. The Architect does a fantastic job going from heel to face, and really Seth Rollins, Tyler Black, whatever you want to call him, he really is one of the best baby faces, and in general one of the best in-ring performers on WWE's roster. Number 8, Bianca Belair, 2021. From one babyface to another, it was no secret that Bianca Belair was penciled in to be a big babyface once she came up to the main roster. And in a rare form of WWE booking, she was pushed to the moon organically. And with the final two in that Royal Rumble match of Rhea Ripley and Bianca Belair, it seemed like the NXT women who were now coming to the main roster were finally getting the spotlight that they deserved. And if I get my way, maybe these two will meet again, I don't know, at WrestleMania 39. And how can we forget the cultural significance of this Night 1 WrestleMania main event? To not only have two women main eventing the card, but two women of color, this has implications and ripples that go beyond the wrestling world, to show more representation in the sport that we love so much. And also, the match was freaking awesome! But then again, it's Sasha Banks and Bianca Belair. Are you really that surprised? A great Rumble win needs to lead to a great WrestleMania moment, and this is a textbook version of that. At number 7, we have John Cena, 2008. Well, hello Super Cena. It's so nice to meet you. That's a really cool shirt you have on. It doesn't look like a Fruity Pebble threw up all over it. You know, John Cena just whoop-a-dooed himself out of his pec tear and was able to return by Mania, shocking everyone at MSG. The Royal Rumble really is a safe haven for gifts, and just look at this one at Triple H. It's priceless. The Royal Rumble really is the place to have these big, headline-grabbing returns, and boy, they really knocked it out of the park on this one. Sure, this is a bit of a nostalgia pick for me, but I don't care. It's such a sugary, sweet WWE moment. Hook it right into my veins. Number 6, Stone Cold Steve Austin, 1997. Oh look, another WWE trope. Bret Hart getting absolutely screwed. Let me build this winning moment for you. Bret Hart had just tossed Stone Cold Steve Austin right out of the ring, fair and square, but no referee saw it. Stone Cold, knowing this, gets back into the ring after everyone's been cleared and tosses Bret Hart right out, making him the winner of the Royal Rumble match. And Bret Hart, being absolutely pissed, as he had every right to be, just grabbing Vince McMahon by the lapel. Oh, it's such a great moment. And this match is also infamous for starting to plant the seeds for the anti-hero character that Stone Cold would soon become. And of course, how can we not talk about the WrestleMania 13 double turn? It was done so perfectly that no one has really ever tried anything like it, besides WWE trying it later with Dolph Ziggler and Alberto Del Rio, and even that was good, but it isn't this great. Stone Cold's stubbornness to not tap out, Bret Hart refusing to let go of the sharpshooter, and Stone Cold's infamous Crimson Mask as he grits through all all the pain he can muster. One of the best Rumble wins of all time, one of the greatest WrestleMania moments of all time, and two of the best to ever do it. Speaking of the best to ever do it, number 5, Bret Hart, 1994. Unlike his co-winner in Lex Luger, this was Bret Hart's year to win the Royal Rumble. I mean, the night was set up perfectly, with Owen kicking Bret's leg out of his leg, and then getting attacked by mercenaries in the back. Bret Hart limping to the ring is one of the greatest Royal Rumble moments of all time, because he's still there to fight, because he's the best that ever was, and the best that will ever do it. And of course, after this, we saw one of the greatest WrestleMania performances of all time by Bret Hart, and going into WrestleMania, you really do see how Bret Hart has won the moniker of the best in the world. Not only did he start that night at WrestleMania wrestling his own brother and losing, it was a great moment to close out that year as we saw Owen look on as his brother was hoisted up as the new WWE champion. On paper, this feud looks messy. There's so many people involved, but it's pulled off perfectly, and Bret Hart makes the perfect champion to end that year's WrestleMania. Number 4, Edge, 2010. After being on the shelf with what was considered a career-threatening injury, the moment we heard, "You think you know me?" he's pulling on his own hair like a rabid dog as he and Chris Jericho make eye contact. The way these two ex-tag team partners looked at each other is storytelling at its finest with no words. Cena and Batista were easily at the height of their pro wrestling careers in 2010. And Shawn Michaels was not only looking for his WrestleMania rematch against The Undertaker, he would play a part in the world title picture going into Mania. WWE tends to have a habit of start-stop pushing, but this Rumble really did feel purposeful, not only in Shawn Michaels' final fight with The Undertaker, but also to set up the world title match between this year's Royal Rumble winner and Chris Jericho. WWE storytelling done at its finest, this really is one of the best Rumbles of all time with the perfect winner. Number 3, Ric Flair, 1992. Done very solemnly, a Royal Rumble to crown a new champion is always a fun time. And yes, even the 2016 Rumble had its moments. How can I properly explain Ric Flair joining WWE and how historic of a moment it is? Just imagine your favorite company's champion, a Roman Reigns, an MJF, but they show up on the other show with the title. Ric Flair was booked as an invading force to the then WWF. And as cocky as ever, it is a fantastic moment seeing Ric Flair come out at number 3 and you hear Bobby the Brain just yell "damn it" into the microphone. We talk a lot about Iron Man performances in the Royal Rumble and a lot of those by the numbers videos that WWE likes to put out during this time. But man, you really don't forget your first. And how could we ever forget about the tear in Ric Flair's eye? And let me pay homage to the man real quick with a quick woohoo! Oh my god, that was awful. Number 2, Drew McIntyre, 2020. You want to talk about individuals who have to fight for everything in the professional wrestling business? I could think of no one better than Drew McIntyre. Going from Chosen One to Jobber, Drew McIntyre had to fight for his right to be a main eventer on the independent circuit. From Impact Wrestling to WCPW, Drew put in the work to learn how to have a main event match, and boy was he good at it. Seeing the Scottish Warrior re-sign to NXT and have a fantastic championship run there gave us amazing hope for his eventual main roster call-up. And one fateful January night in Houston, it was finally time to crown the Chosen One. You can even use the final two as a bit of a Spider-Man meme, with Drew McIntyre, the former Chosen One, and pre-Tribal Chief Roman Reigns. And with one of the sickest claymores that I've ever personally seen, Drew McIntyre punched his ticket to WrestleMania. And while we were on the highest of highs for the Scotsman, the pandemic happened. And while sadly, the Chosen One did not get his proper crowning moment at a WrestleMania in front of fans, he was still able to put on a banger of a match with Brock Lesnar. And Drew is totally selfless because he carried all of WWE throughout the pandemic era, and I will not hear anything different about it. I truly think he will be considered to be one of the greatest WWE champions of all time, and this Rumble was the start of all of it. And finally, our number 1 pick for the best Royal Rumble winner, Becky Lynch, 2019. I want to apologize for my comment earlier. Ric Flair, I'm sorry buddy, you're not the man. Becky is the man. Becky Lynch's babyface rise was of course organic, but one fatal blow from Nia Jax and a broken nose later shot her to superstardom in the WWE. It is truly funny how Nia Jax plays a larger part in all of this. Her destruction of Lana on the way to the ring during this match led to the biggest pop of the night as Becky Lynch begged Finlay to let her in, and finally we got to see the man punch her ticket to WrestleMania. An historic WrestleMania main event, the triple threat between Ronda Rousey, Charlotte Flair, and Becky Lynch, while having its critics, is truly one of the best main events in WrestleMania history, not only for the in-ring work, but the historical significance. Becky Two Belts has gone on to become one of the biggest cornerstones of WWE as an in-ring performer and as a spokesman for the company, so how could I not put this at number 1? And that is our list for the greatest Royal Rumble winners of all time. Who's your favorite winner of all time? Go ahead and let us know in the comments. Now, if you'll excuse me, I gotta go hop on a flight to San Antonio real quick. This has been Extreme League Wrestling, and we'll catch you next time.